Comedy Bang Bang, we're back, and Nick Kroll, our honored guest, took off, and so now I'm just going to spend the next hour just kind of talking to my fans and talking about stuff that I think of every day in my life.
Restroom?
Excuse me, I'm recording a show in here, guys. Thank you. The restroom's down the hall.
Shock jock? You doing a shock jock thing in here?
A shocking disc jockey, do you mean?
Yeah.
You call people up and you tell them to kiss off and
Get bent.
yeah, get screwed.
No,
Or you could tell someone to
Are
get
you
stuffed.
one of those famous shook jacks?
I beg your pardon, guys. You must have the wrong. You're looking for the restroom.
We're looking at a women's restroom.
Scott, if you give me enough vodka gimlets, I'll beg your pardon.
Wait a minute. Do I know you guys? Haven't you been on the show before?
Yes, of course. Oh, hello. Charmed, I'm sure, Gil Faizon.
And also at the same time, I'm George St. Geegland.
Oh, Gil and George, you've
How
been on
are
the show
you?
before with
Yes.
Lizzie Kaplan.
Yes.
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 We tried to get our hands on that one. That skinny
Mr.
little
Sex,
thing.
who's on Mr. Sex.
Yes.
Yeah, she's on a show called Mr.
She squiggled
Sex.
right away from us,
Oh, yeah.
Scotty.
She squirmed right out of your grasp. Yeah.
She was a little ant-sized on Van Ness. She ran so fast.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is I'll get right on Mr. Skin and I'll get screen grabs, and that serves the purpose.
A lot of
Certainly.
very young actresses did a lot of horror movies where they'll show a lot
Early
of
in their
skin.
career, yeah.
They needed the money.
That's the stepping stone.
That's absolutely a stepping
Yeah.
stone.
You know, my nickname is Mr. Skin.
Is it now?
Yeah,
Why is that?
Because I shed like a snake.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I didn't want to say anything, but you have something hanging off the back of your heel.
Yeah, that's a real bad eczema bunion.
Okay. Oh, God.
It's almost, I call it some people would call it a corn cob.
A corn cob?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so many pieces that it's a whole
It's a
cob.
whole cob. I see.
You want to take a nibble?
No, put some butter on that. I might be tempted. But let me explain what's happening to the listener. These two gentlemen, they're older gentlemen.
They know who we are, and
Okay.
we're here
Thank
in
you.
town for the signing.
That's all that needs
and
to
we
be
hope
said,
to
I
see
guess.
you all out there. And
Uh-huh.
Wait, signing of what? I don't know what this means.
well, the tuna heads out there are obviously excited that we're in town.
Yeah,
and
we're going to prank everybody with too much
we're gonna
tuna.
prank everybody. We're gonna
They're
prank.
going
the
to
whole
come
city.
inside. They're going to try to get a signature. We're going to prank them with too much tuna fish.
And you yourself will be pranked.
I'm not even planning on being there.
Little do you know that you will be pranked at some point during this podcast with too much tuna.
Too much tuna? Oh, God. So that's kind of your signature thing, the too much tuna.
It has become our signature
We
thing.
we didn't know when we started out doing the show. No, this is really, really interesting. When we started out doing the show, I'm a playwright, Gil's a little baby. We didn't know what we were doing, but we started presenting and pranking people. And I get several letters every year saying I've seen the show, and it's insane.
I get the same thing. I write letters to, George.
Oh, wait, you're the one writing the letter?
And I also get little flyers for open houses and things.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know why that's part of the conversation.
Or a missing child will be a thing.
Sure.
Yeah,
I would
you get
imagine
those.
junk mail. You get some of that,
The
too.
junk,
Coupons
junk.
and-
Find my son. Find your own son.
Junk mail is my favorite mail because nobody wants it. And so you can gather it all and you stack it up and string it up. And
Well, it's kind of rare, too, because everyone throws it away. So if you have it all,
do you know that
you're sitting pretty.
Do you know that there's junk mail on the internet?
really? Are those
gotta
like pop-up ads?
You gotta be aware.
Okay.
You gotta be.
You gotta
very
know.
aware.
This is a public service announcement.
Absolutely.
This is interesting. This is actually also very interesting.
Okay.
You gotta be aware.
You gotta be aware.
Okay. It seemed like you were about to tag something or add to it, but instead you just restated.
Tag this and put a button on that. We've really become accustomed to the L.A. comedy club.
Absolutely.
Really? 'Cause you guys
we
are in the
watch a
scene
lot
now.
of comedy documentaries.
Oh,
Like what?
Well, my daughter was tried to have us over for dinner, and we watched.
She tried to have you?
Yeah, we came over.
She
and
attempted.
She attempted to reconnect with me, but we made a beeline for the first computer we saw, and we watched the history standing up when stand up was standing down.
Yeah.
The history of 70s comedy. It
Yeah.
was so good.
It was
yeah.
so great. It was so
So
great to see
interesting.
all those breaking comedians.
Yes.
Mike
Older,
Binder.
wearing tunics.
Wearing what now?
Looking bad, doing very poor comedy.
With those hollowed out cocaine cheeks.
Oh, cocaine cheeks.
Ugh. I love people talking about their careers.
Oh, yeah. What's better than watching comedy? Talking about comedy.
A documentary about comedy.
Yep.
Documentaries.
Because there will be clips.
There will be clips. That's, of course, what we tried to name our trailer show about, Paul Thomas Anderson's movies.
Yeah, so just exclusively show trailers of his movies.
There will be clips.
Okay.
And
there was a Fandango submit your own short film. This was a few people know.
People know.
We had our submission. It's a famous story now. We had our submission. Sure. It was never viewed, but that was what it was.
Sure. Now, you guys are older gentlemen who, what is your job? You wander around and do what now?
Well, of course, Jason Geegland was a story professor at SUNY Yonkers.
I don't need any more people coming after my SUNY.
Oh,
sorry.
Scott, you heard about the SUNY hacks.
The SUNY email hacks.
Yeah, okay.
No,
yeah.
that was nothing compared to the SUNY email hacks.
There's SUNY email hacks?
SUNY, of course, the State of University of New York.
Oh, okay.
SUNY Purchase.
SUNY
and
Binghamton.
Of course, my home university, SUNY Yonkers.
Which was the professor of short story writing in 1980.
Short story writing?
Yeah, and I would lean on an Isuzu in the yearbook.
How short were your stories?
They were long sentences.
George, give him one of your famous shit stories.
Maureen woke up early and looked out the window, and it was as it was.
And that's the end of the story. Wow,
I think.
That shows.
I'm now that I torque it out, I might revisit it.
Yeah, you might want to add a couple of sentences.
I think that she could do
so
a lot.
much. Who was this Maureen?
Yeah, so much.
Well, my daughter Maureen. It was a knock at her.
Wait, so
I was writing a parody.
Did that bitch try to reconnect with you?
My daughter keeps trying to reconnect with me, and she had a son.
Why the falling out?
Because she was so sick, and I wouldn't visit her because I had the tuna show.
Well, and you can't get. If
I
you
can't
go visit
do that.
her
I
in the
give
hospital,
and I give. I can't visit everybody.
Sure. You go to the hospital and you get her cancer or whatever she has.
Right, and I bring it to Gil, and then he's got it.
And then I can't even push the plate at
And then he
fish.
gives it to the people that are nice to him at the store.
Besides, you already went to the hospital on one important day when she was born.
I was not there when she was born.
Okay,
I was not there.
Okay,
no.
He was having a hot streak at the dog park.
Yeah.
And not a dog racetrack. He was just betting on dachshunds.
I always bet dachshunds because they're long and low, baby.
What are you betting on, though, if you're at the dog park?
Who's best?
Okay.
Who's going to kick ass?
And who judges this?
There's me. Gil Faizon was involved. Oh, that's you.
That black guy, Carl.
Oh, yeah.
Who's this guy? This guy sounds...
you know what? That's a character from The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
Was our third friend? He was a cartoon from The Simpsons.
Okay, so you're just watching Simpsons cartoons on your phones or something?
No, this is, of course, when we would walk around with the Sony Walkman that had the TV. The Sony Watchman.
The Watchman.
Yes. The Watchman. That's what that movie's
we went
about.
to that movie, and
we thought it would be about me watching TV under the covers.
But it's not about a big blue guy with a big schlongaroonie.
Mr. Schlong.
Mr. Blue Schlong.
Yes.
Why was it blue, I wonder? Did he tie it off or something?
Because the blacks would have gone after him if it was the real color. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. No.
These black guys, they want this big schlong, and then they don't want us to tell them about it.
Oh, so you think that
He's not wrong.
That stereotype, they don't like that stereotype going around?
They don't want to hear it from us. They don't want us. We try to show it, take pictures of it. Whenever
it's not the worst stereotype I've ever heard.
I know, but they get so sensitive about it when we go up to young black kids in the, we say, let me get a picture.
Turkey, show me that piece, And
why are you doing this?
For proof.
It's not... There's no law stopping
me. Proof.
Wait, there's no law stopping
me from going to a high school? No, there isn't.
And asking to see black
children's
penises?
Hey, you rail thin little turkey, show me that piece. And they know that I know to get down.
I think that there are several laws.
No, the law is for young white girls. Those are the ones you can't bother.
Okay.
You absolutely have to protect them.
You got to protect these.
How are you protecting them?
Proof. The play.
Proof.
That's why I got up at the play proof with a bunch of Polaroids. And I said, look at these.
You'll want to see these.
You got to take a look at these.
You like heartthrobs? Look at these.
Wow.
And did you know that the play proof
yes.
is different than the play wit?
Yes, they're two separate things.
That's what I just.
Did you know two separate things are two separate things?
I love plays.
Yeah.
To be in a small room where people are acting and you're close to them and they smoke exaggeratedly.
I
you know
love
the
it.
cigarettes are fake. It's so wonderful.
It's so wonderful.
Get enough.
The slamming of a thin door.
And the wall shaking
A
as
wall,
it slams.
and yelling. People are yelling at each other on a stage.
So much yelling. Probably more yelling than there is in real life.
You know who
More than there ever could be.
You know who I can't get enough of?
Who's that?
Is Ben Brantley,
Oh.
the New York Times
yes.
theater critic. Nobody deserves more credit than Ben Brantley.
You read his column?
Every week I read it,
Boy.
and I decide whether I'm going to sneak into theaters or not based off of his review.
You sneak into the theaters?
Oh, sure.
What's your MO, modus operandi?
I go in, I say, I left my milk duds under the seat.
You-
And they don't let me in, and so then I sneak in the back.
Yeah, that's a very thin excuse.
Yeah.
You left from a previous performance? You left how many milk duds? Do they ever ask you that?
Yes, I always say 5. It's an inconspicuous number. And then we were ushers for a short time at the St. James Theater.
Really? What was playing there while you were ushers? And why so short?
Birdman.
Oh, okay. So the movie Birdman?
Yeah.
So this is a recent, you were just, see, you just recently had a job where you were ushers?
You know that?
We were ushers,
Yeah, we were ushers. We dressed up as the music artist Usher.
The what now?
The music artist Usher.
The music
Usher.
The music artist Usher.
And he's a mentor.
Oh, he
He's a
is.
mentor.
He's not just an
Justin
artist, he's a mentor.
Yeah, well, to Justin Bieber, we've all
Justin
heard of that,
Bieber.
but he's mentoring you too?
In a manner of speaking.
You know, you might say that.
Yeah.
What if I did say that? Would I be
You'd
incorrect?
be you'd be sued for libel by Usher because he would not have nothing to do with us. But he's he's nobody.
Yeah, where did you meet Usher? Just because you were ushers, you met Usher?
We were ushers at Birdman.
Right.
And that whole movie is one take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One take.
Yeah, it's the easiest movie that why are you
He has some afferents still up there. Wanted to get a
I shoved a bunch of falafel up my nose thinking I would eat it for later.
Sure, save it.
And
Leftovers.
And then I couldn't get it out, so I snoozed up a bunch of Afrin.
I do Dr. Pepper in a neti pot every day. A warm can of Dr. Pepper.
Okay. How do you
Crack.
keep it so warm?
Huh? Under the pillow.
He sleeps with it between his thighs.
He does, really. Well, that's good for the knees.
Yeah, you know how you keep your money between your thighs when you sleep? I applied that to a Dr. Pepper can.
Okay, where do you keep your money?
Huh?
Where do you keep your money while you
Wouldn't
sleep?
you like to know?
Yeah.
I don't have any money at the time.
Okay.
But he's got a number of coupons for Bed Bath & Beyond in Southern Arkansas.
And I am about to, I believe, win a contest. There was a pop-up ad of some yearbook pictures, and you had to guess the celebrity. And I did know at the time that it was Cameron Diaz.
Okay, so but did it say what a prize was? Or
It said win 10,000 if you click here.
Okay, well,
So things are turning around for old Dritz and Geegland.
Please.
yeah, congrats. How long have you guys been friends?
What year is it? In 1987? Is that the year we're in?
No, it's 2015.
Okay.
1987 was a good
28
years ago.
Yeah, 7 years ago. So we've known each other.
Let's see here.
When did Koch come out to us?
Let's see.
Mayor Koch?
Yeah,
He
Ed,
came out to you?
yeah, he came out to us as annoying.
Oh.
He confessed to us that he was very loud and very annoying.
Did you have any kind of hint?
We
That
thought he was
the
a big
case?
goose when we met him, and we chased him for meat. And then he said, "I'm not a goose. I'm Ed Koch." And we said, "What is it with you? You know, there's no wife." And he went, "I'm very annoying."
So that was 77?
That was
Okay.
77.
And that's when we met. I think we were both squatting in the same apartment building that year, rent controlled, and we refused to pay rent control.
So you weren't paying your rent. It was controlled and it was low.
It was a rent controlled building, and we refused to be controlled by the rent.
Sure.
We were rent anarchists.
Do you remember the address of this place? What area town was it?
This was in town. It was 72nd.
72nd between 2.5 and Lex.
This is when we were on the east side,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah.
We were doing cocaine.
You doing a lot of cocaine back in 77?
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
We
yeah.
started cocaine, the whole
Oh,
cocaine
really?
thing in New York City. We
How
started.
old were you in 77?
We were always very young at heart.
Yeah,
you know?
we
I always
still
say,
are.
I'm still very young, you know?
You know, going back to something I said a few minutes ago, it reminded me when I said to a girl, I said, "Do you want to go to Bed Bath and Beyond?" And she thought I was talking about the store, and I was trying to take her to bed.
Yeah.
And then
I always just used a fake badge. Police, ma'ams, pull over. But he had these pickup lines. I don't know where he
you
came
don't
up
need
with
them
them.
when you have a badge.
No, I had this little real good badge.
Wait, so
really good, well made.
you get her to pull over to
Chinatown.
the side of the road. What happens after that?
Well, you pressure them. And
By
you coerce.
threatening them with
No, but it's
But
not a
incarceration?
threat. But it's not a threat if you're a cop.
If you're looking for a badge, go to Dr. Lou Wang.
yeah.
in Chinatown.
My
Dr.
doctor, my hypertension guy, who also does
Fake
if you get a girl
badges.
in trouble, yeah, and he also makes badges.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So there's three things: hypertension, abortions, back alley abortions.
I try to be more delicate.
Well, and also it's upstairs. It's
say if you-
not in
yeah.
an alley.
Okay.
It's
You gotta-
upstairs. It overlooks an alley.
okay,
yeah.
so it's got a
very
view.
upsetting alley. And you go, boy, am I glad to be in here, not in that alley.
Yeah.
But it turns out he's tossing everything out into the alley.
Oh,
Because there's a dumpster from the restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, so wait, the food
But-
from the
and-
restaurant is
and-
getting mixed up in the
Yeah, but in
results.
a dumpster. Yeah, but it's in a dumpster. I know what you mean. It's
Yeah.
It could be a little hinky, but it's all
It's
in a
all
dumpster.
in a dumpster, so what's it matter?
So what does it matter? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've, by the way,
When that
speaking of,
dumpster
we
lid
are-
slams,
we
boy,
are
I
good
would jump.
We are good friends with Hinky, the guy who shot Lennon.
Yeah.
Oh, Hinckley.
We call him Hinky.
We call him hinky because there's something a little off about him.
Yeah, yeah. I think he shot Lennon. That was the one.
Yeah, and God, that was
He said we
that
shot.
was
He goes,
75 years
he
ago.
goes, I shot Lennon, and we go, oh, good, that Vladimir's gone. Stalin's our guy. Turns out, no, it was.
The wrong Lennon.
It was-
Did
it
It was
did
Yoke's husband.
Did he need to shoot the other Lennon?
I don't know. He had read.
He was so fat with big aviators that he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah. How long did you know him before he shot Lennon?
I don't know. We had been talking to him.
We were out in front of the decoder.
We had been whispering to him for a couple of years at that point.
Whispering to
Well,
him.
I yelled at him the last time I said, you don't have the balls to do it, loser. And then I taxi cab out of there.
Oh, yeah.
And then that night we heard.
And then that night we heard that.
we heard that I had done good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we dressed up like dogs, and we talked to that son of Sam too.
Oh, what?
Right, yeah.
We go, ruff, ruff, ruff.
That's all he said was rough, rough, rough?
Yes, he talks a lot about this neighbor dog, this pit bull that would talk to him, but we came
Right.
in as two little corgis.
And you just said rough, 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 so it wasn't
We
like
said
you were
rough, rough,
talking to
Yeah,
him.
but that meant go up to the roof. And we went up to the roof
okay.
of the building, and we told him, "You go kill everybody."
I told him, do whatever you want, man. It is so deep in the
No
70s, it
rules.
does not matter.
Things didn't matter back then.
They did not at all.
You could do
No.
anything.
You really could, and I did. And I hurt a lot of people, but I never got caught, and I'm very happy right now.
And I got to just quickly back to Lu Wang.
Yep.
The guy is really a triple threat in that he will threaten you with abortion, he will threaten you as a cop, and he will threaten you with a third thing.
A third thing. Wow, that's I'll check back to see what that is, guys. We have to take a break here. I'm so glad you came in here. Can you stick around?
I've already got in my pants, so we don't need the
Okay.
break on.
We don't
account
need
of
a
me.
break at all.
I need a break actually, if that's okay.
Yeah,
So-
you know what? It would be good. My thighs are chapping.
Okay, so unchap those.
Okay.
They're chapping?
Yeah, from.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with
I'm
Gil
going to have a
Faizon.
sucrete that I've been thinking about for a long time.
Okay.
And Scott, we got to tell you, we're very proud of you.
Thank you guys.
For
You've
real-
only
for
been on
real,
the show
Scott,
once.
Scott,
so
for real,
thank you.
we're very proud of you.
Okay, I don't know you all that well.
We
You were on the
just
show
so-
2 years ago or
we're
so?
so happy.
Seeing you out here is
Seeing you out here.
good for you.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
All
very
right.
proud of you.
Thank you so much. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang. We're back here with Gil Faizon and George St. Geegland. George.
You
so sorry.
idiot. You misspoke.
Fucking stump.
Gore.
You
I'm here with
stupid-
Al Gore. Shut up.
I'm so sorry.
He meant to say that you were gorgeous, St. Geegland.
Gorgeous
Gorgeous
St. Geegland
George.
was my great-grandfather.
Oh,
You know,
really?
Yes, he came over from Dutch.
From
Yeah.
That's what your
From
dialect.
Von Dutch.
Oh, from Von Dutch.
Yes.
Oh, what a great country.
Small town. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone had
Full-
things on their
filled
heads, right?
with assholes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Filled with aggressive,
You don't hear
retro-y
about
assholes.
Von Dutch all that much anymore.
You know who was behind Van Dutch?
Yeah, the what's his name?
You know,
the guy.
I should really know this guy's name.
Yeah, I know. Considering,
I really should know the guy who did it Hardy.
yeah, but it's
Christian Louboutin?
Christian.
No, Louis.
I've blocked it out, that piece of shit.
Didn't you meet him one time?
I've met him and then 2 Caucasians, and then
Caucasians is an occasion when you do cocaine.
yeah, you know,
and when you meet a Caucasian person.
oh
Yes.
and what a dream, what a relaxing dream that is when you
Oh,
do.
my gosh.
When you
Whew.
talk to
Oh, my
when you
gosh.
talk to somebody on the phone and then you meet them and they're white and it's such a
just
relief.
like, oh, good. We can finally just like drop the pretense.
Oh, what a relief!
Oh, boy.
You don't have to. You can say you don't. You know, you can be who you are.
Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, what? I know that it's 2000.
Christian or DJ.
There you go.
What a guy!
Look at Gil. Gil's brain is, they study
Slow.
it. Yeah, they did a study that
Really?
was mean-spirited.
They thought that I had played football
On New York One, yeah. They did a whole series, and it was very mean-spirited.
Yeah,
Just how Gil operates and how he gets through the day.
Yeah.
I would crack up off camera because they'd have him do these basics, and he was terrible at it.
I tried to hold a phone and it fell out of my hand like a wet carrot.
Like a carrot that's just been oiled up.
Yeah, and then I ate
Yeah.
the phone.
And if his eyes are
carrot.
closed, he thinks you've disappeared. You know that,
Oh,
right?
I did not know that.
Oh, that's a very handy thing.
Where'd everybody go?
No, open them back up. We're all
Open those
here.
papers.
Oh, here we go. Everybody's
Here we are.
back.
Yeah, we disappeared, Gil.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like you are making fun of him a lot. I mean, do you consider him to be lower status?
No, I don't. I actually don't make fun of people for free. I do it on the roasts.
Oh, you're a big roast
I
master.
do the roasts, and I get cut every time, but I'm out there every time.
Oh, I did not know that. I've
Yeah,
seen so
yeah.
many of those. The Chevy Chase.
Com Central.
Oh, I thought you just did roast, like beef and chicken.
I do. I like to roast food. It is very slow.
Slow cook.
It's
But
not
it gives-
slow cook. It's negligence.
It-
but it really,
He gives the food.
really
he
dries out the
really
food and stinks up the apartment.
Yeah.
He really gives
Do you guys
the
live
food
together?
the business.
We do live together. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I lived with my daughter for a while.
We live in a 1-bedroom apartment. And
Yeah.
it's one bed, and it's in
Okay.
a room.
Sure, a bedroom. Sure. And do you guys both sleep in that bedroom? And in that bed that
Yeah.
resides within that bedroom?
It's a Murphy bed.
Oh, a lot like the Murphy Group from Entourage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do they sell beds?
that's exactly right.
It's what it is.
Yep.
That's exactly
So
what
it's a
it
Murphy
is.
bed. So it stays there in the wall. And what do you do? Do you like push your furniture out of the way when the bed comes down, or is there no furniture in that space?
Oh, we got a milk crate, and we use that for table.
Okay.
And then these tatami mats.
And then we stole a couple of yogi mats.
Yogurt
Yogurt.
mats.
Yogurt.
No,
Yogurt.
yogurt.
Yogurt
Like
mats.
the soured milk.
Okay.
Yogurt mats.
Yogurt mats.
Which is just the tops to use the yogurt.
okay.
Right.
And that's
Right.
sort of
You stole those.
that's kind of a bathroom rug for us.
Okay. Yeah.
The yogurt's nice because once you let it, if you don't touch it, it really settles into the tile and gets a nice smell.
Well, guys, it's 2015. I mean, time is passing so quickly, is it not?
And and what a year that we
Sweet
just
Lord.
saw go
2015?
by. No, 2014.
We lost so many
We lost so
greats.
many people.
yeah, we did.
Gin Rivers,
Of course. Yeah.
Robin.
Robin Williams, who could forget?
Oh, I thought you meant Batman's partner, Robin.
Oh, who's
No,
that?
but
Well,
Chris
speaking of-
O'Donnell did
Chris
die.
O'Donnell died this year.
True.
Yeah,
Tim Allen.
we lost Tim
crazy.
Allen.
I still. It's
Terrible
hard for
loss.
me to. I'm about to cry, so don't it. It's hard for me to
George.
talk about Tim Allen because he did so much for cocaine
Yeah, big influence on you in the terms of how
that
much cocaine
you
he
could
did.
sell cocaine and then
Still make something
still make a lot of money in
out.
another
But in a
field.
non-cocaine field.
Yeah,
Well, it's not that
Well, he
acting
also-
isn't
he
a
did-
non-cocaine field.
And he did so much cocaine.
yeah.
Yeah.
He not only did so much for cocaine,
But he actually did a lot
yeah.
of cocaine.
he did a lot of cocaine.
But he asked for forgiveness.
he did.
Didn't he? Or did he not? I can't remember.
I can't. And we lost Saul Bellows, of course.
Oh, Saul Bellows. Who was Saul Bellows again?
One of the great writers that I never read.
Oh, yeah. I know Mr. Bellows on I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh,
That was him.
yeah.
That was the
him.
writer. No, yeah.
And of course, we lost Jeannie Triplehorn.
Oh, God. Terrible. Terrible loss.
It's crazy to think
From
about.
Basic Instinct.
Ugh.
I mean, I called Gil one day and I said, "Hey, how's Ricky Lake doing?" And he said, "She's gone." And I said, "Wait a minute, gone? She on vacation?" He said, "No, George, she's gone.
She passed. She passed from
She
us.
died this year."
You know.
Do you want to know 3 more people that have died this
I
year?
want to know that
These
people-
are exclusives.
Okay. So no one else knows about these?
No one knows.
Okay.
Dominique Wilkins is dead.
The
You heard it here.
human highlight film is passed.
What?
Absolutely.
Absolutely dead as your doorknob.
What?
Dead. You heard it
100%
here
dead?
first. 100% dead.
110%?
Anyone coming forward as Dominique Wilkins is a little imposter.
I cannot believe that we lost Harvey Keitel this year.
Harvey Keitel died in 2014.
What a terrible loss.
But you know, it's to be honest, we lost him years ago. He died to me after he made the piano.
Really?
When
So
we saw that little
1993.
piano, his in the piano, that little snub nose,
Yeah.
That little sort of shot.
that sort of,
How many films have we seen his penis in?
Not enough.
not enough, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go to the Oscars this year because so many of my pals are gone.
Oscar Isaac, an up and coming star.
He,
dead.
he passed
He
away.
died in 2014.
Oh my gosh. Just right before the release of his film, A Most Violent Year.
Ugh. And it was for him having succumbed to death.
How did he die?
He succumbed?
He succumbed? How? What happened?
He fought. He really fought it. But
Yeah.
His hair grew inside of his face. His hair grew
no.
inwards.
You can't have that.
That full head of hair. When you see a guy with a full head of hair, they got to be careful because that hair will grow inwards.
That'll go in. Yeah, it's the
it'll
opposite of a haircut.
Suffocate his brain.
Yeah, so the hair wrapped around his
hair
brain.
works both ways.
Strangled his medulla oblongata.
does. It absolutely crushed his brain,
Oh, my
and all the money in the world. And he was by
rich.
the end he was a millionaire.
He
He'd
was one
done
of the
2 films,
richest men in
one
America.
of the richest people in the world. But at the end of the day, when your numbers up,
Those numbers that you have in the bank account aren't going to add up
That's
to the
right.
number when your number's up.
That's right. And I can't even believe that Diane Verne Furstenberg,
Oh, no, you're kidding me.
DVF, and we wonder how Barry's doing with it.
Marilyn Manson is dead.
Marilyn Manson, no.
This is just in. This is my news.
Wait, you're getting this
This is
on the
technically-
newswire?
I had a feeling on my way over.
Yep.
I can't
This is
believe.
terrible. All the songs that he could have sang, all the dark goth songs that won't be recorded now.
What is
I'm an uninformed person, and I know he's responsible for Columbine. So I don't. Maybe
So
it's not a loss.
It's not the tragedy that
all
I'm
the
making it out to be.
survivors of Columbine passed this year?
All of them?
The Teacoats. The Teacoat Mafia. Remember when they won that Oscar for that song, the Trenchcoat
The
Mafia?
Trenchcoat Mafia one
The
for
3 Trenchcoat Mafia.
Yeah.
Terrence
Hard out
Howard.
here for a shrimp.
It's gonna
Or
be
was
hard
that
out
the
here for
jib
sure.
jab we submitted?
That was
This
the
is
jib
what
jab.
gets me.
This is what
In all
gets
this death, I want to talk about this.
Okay,
We
let's
made
talk
a
about
jib jab that was it's hard out here for a shrimp. For a shrimp. And not even a word.
Not
even
we
one
didn't get
view?
it. It's crazy. It's crazy how much they ignored us.
You guys can view it yourselves, and you would, rack up at least one.
I
or
can't
Two.
watch my own stuff.
He's
Oh,
so.
yeah.
I'm so self-conscious.
Oh,
So-
I get it.
So self-conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God, just the terrible losses we've suffered this year.
And then this year, for us New Yorkers, and we are real New Yorkers,
You
and we'll
are.
be doing a New York signing of the new tuna book, Tuna Head Companion. And we'll meet, we'd love to meet all you girls, you tuna fans.
Come out in short skirts and we'll sign everything. Like
Yeah, I mean it's the private parts Howard Stern level. That's what we want.
that's
Yeah.
what we want.
so you want women to be showing their breasts?
We want mid-90s degradation. Just big stupid boobs and stupid behavior.
I want early boob job boobs. Where one looks
Right.
like a bowl and the other one
Yeah,
looks.
the other one's staring off like one of Cosby's eyes.
Cosby, what about him? We lost him, huh?
That was tough for me because people don't know. Gil Faizon is. I took my ex-wife's name.
Yes.
Wait.
His married name is Faizon. Franny Faizon.
Wait, what's your
Franny
real name?
Faizon was my wife's name.
Yes.
What's your real name, actual name?
Gil
Your Christian-
Cosby.
Gil Cosby is your name?
Yeah.
And
So we were getting letters when all this came, when these innuendos came out, and that's what they are.
That's factual.
I'll get to that in a moment,
Okay,
in case anyone's interested.
I don't know. If
We
the
would
real
get letters, open house, real estate, and we, that was
Sure.
to Gil Cosby.
the U.S. Postal Service.
Absolutely. Regular mail, just regular
And
stuff.
I love it. Old school brother.
You ever
know
see
what
that
I mean?
movie, The Postman?
No. Oh, with
Kevin Costner.
and we
Yeah. We lost him.
We
this
lost
year.
Kevin this
We
year,
left-
but that's
we
the
lost
upside of
Kevin.
anger. As I said, it is a memorial that I planned and Gil came to.
Right. Amazing.
He was a real baby boomer.
It's interesting when you watch something like the Oscars or the Emmys, when you see all these people and you go, oh, that person died too? That person, that's what this is like for me because
And,
I didn't
you know,
And
but
they
I'm-
tell you to hold your applause, but there's really no need because the good ones are at the end, and the
Yeah.
beginnings is a bunch of people from the 50s or these behind-the-scenes jerks. I don't give a rat's about.
But the upside of all this is that Mickey Rooney died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That was a relief.
Yeah, boy, because that was uncomfortable for a while.
He was going to hurt somebody. He had a little gun,
I
In
did
his-
know about
he had
that.
a little duffel bag with a little gun.
Someone was telling me he was on the Conan O'Brien show, and he's talking about how 5 of his ex-wives were murdered. And Conan O'Brien brought that up, and he said, "Oh yeah, murdered." Such a weird thing to say.
For even him, we can remember the good times. Even if he was a pissy little shrimp.
It's hard out
No
there.
talent, tap dancing little shrimp.
Yeah.
It's good for the Inquirer, though, a Mickey Rooney death, because they were running that Michael Landon one into the ground for years.
Yeah, boy, that
the
was
Inquirer has a certain few individuals they feel comfortable reporting on.
Yeah,
your
Michael
Michael Landons, your Mickey Rooneys, your Dick Clarks.
Remember when he grew out that hair because he didn't want to cut it like Samson?
Ugh, and that's where all of his power derided.
Michael Landon.
Derided.
And how did he die? Too much hair.
Too much hair. That's the thing.
Strangled his own brain.
Strangled
yeah,
his own brain.
That's how Samson
Popped
died.
off, right? Yeah, it's true.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Samson L. Jackson.
Is that why Moby is constantly shaving his head, do you think?
It
And that's why-
absolutely is.
And that's why Moby will live forever.
Yeah. How,
Do you know that a Moby, if you look at him, we like to call him an Moby because he looks like an amoeba with those little tadpole eyes.
a lot of people don't know Moby is an immortal and it's been alive for thousands of years. He
It's
just
the-
got popular
It's
recently.
the tea, sister. Mm-hmm. It's that sweet iced tea he makes.
It was the worst thing that he ever did getting popular because now all eyes are on him.
He is he
you
is pretty
know.
white hot right now. So he probably wants to turn that knob down.
He's very white. He's also
yeah, he's also white.
All right.
What a
guys.
jerk. If I ran into him, I'd whip his CD at him.
The one CD
We're just
bought?
angry because we saw
I
him
have
down.
play.
We saw him down at the Lower East Side when he had a tea shop, and we went in there and we said, "Where's Mr. T?" And then he threw us out.
Really? Physically?
Yeah,
He said, guys, I don't have time for this. I said, you stooge, I got cashmere sweaters older than you that I could buy and sell. I had to sell my sweaters. So
I'm so sorry to hear about that. You seem very cold. You're shaking a little bit.
that's actually.
my hands, are big stones from the bottom of the ocean.
And
I have
he's-
real bad circulation.
And he's, George St. Geegland is actually going to be telling this story at the Moth, which is just in his closet. It's a bunch of
He's
moths.
just
There's
telling
a
it
bunch
at
of
a
more,
moth.
and I tell them a non-written story.
You were gonna-
not written story with a poorly,
without too much.
hastily finalized ending.
You were going to get back to Bill Cosby, you were saying. What's going on with this?
Well, it's
It's tough. It's tough stuff.
Some tough
it's
stuff.
tough stuff.
Yeah.
Because we were saying, I guess that just leaves the only other show.
Who knew that Family Matters would age better? At the time, you look at it and you
Yeah.
go, "This is the crappy one between the two," and
what
you
a-
know why I'm comparing them.
What about something like Seventh Heaven, too? The legacy of that is
Well,
gone.
that guy's luckiest day was when the Cosby stuff. Stephen Collins.
Stephen Collins,
That was
yeah.
like he was Gary Condit and Cosby was 9/11. Wiped his schmutz right off the windshield.
No one cares about him anymore.
No one cares what he did. Who knows what he did?
And
we could find out. I guess.
One might argue that Cosby was doing this allegedly with grown-ass women, and, so Stephen Collins is worse.
Yeah. You know that Stephen Collins is not HarperCollins.
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Not the book publisher.
Not the book publisher. Never mind.
Steven's a friend. I should say that now.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Steven's a friend.
Where did you meet Steven?
We had a WB pitch, and we kept the parking pass.
Okay.
So we'd go every day,
Right.
and we'd lean on
Go to
this
the
one
set.
car.
Yeah.
And he would come out and we'd,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'd show
Any
him.
indication back then that he had these
Of
proclivities?
what I was up to? No one knew.
No one
knew.
still-
No one
nobody
still
knows.
knows that I'm the Riverside Park Strangler.
What?
What? I go jogging. Excuse me. I go jogging.
Okay.
Not hunting.
Oh, okay. I thought you misspoke.
I misspoke.
Yeah. Okay.
just now. So, and
My
we're not
goodness.
murderers.
No, you guys are not murderers. You want to go on
I
record?
want to
to
go
say
on
that.
record to say.
I absolutely do.
Okay.
You
Would you
wanna
testify
go?
to that in a court of law?
They said don't testify.
But he's
my
not
guy
a-
told me not to testify, but
he's not
I'd
a-
love to talk. I'd love to say something to all the people that are gathered about
He's
me.
not a carry.
Can you imagine all those people there with I got my name
just
in the
hanging on your every
name in
word.
the paper?
It's
Oh,
tough
my
because
What a platform.
We are constantly trying to be in the news.
Yeah. Really? What do you do? What did you do this week?
This week we've been in.
We went to that de Blasio.
Oh, with that I like to call him that the Blincio.
Okay.
Because the
He's
guy's
as good as a
filled
Blintz.
Because he's as good as a Blintz filled with,
Which is great.
filled with sour cream and fruit compote.
You're making me hungry right now. My gosh.
That's how I feel watching him. But we turn our backs at funerals all the time.
If I minute to minute, I'm turning my back. If something disinterests me, I turn around.
Sure.
Then the eulogy got good again. I turn back around.
I've been wondering why you've been turned around most of this interview.
Yeah, it's just moment to moment. If I'm into what someone's saying, if
just
not,
kinda
I
like-
turn my back to them.
But we love, the Blincio is not our guy.
No.
We're cotchheads from the
Right.
beginning.
You guys are interested in politics. Is there anything happening in the Politico realm?
Well, there's this Jabush.
Jeb Bush.
Yeah,
running for president of the United
Jeb.
States.
I might vote Jeb.
Jab, jab, bush.
Jeb Bush.
And it's an online parody of the Sea to Shining Sea. Very funny.
Yeah, and it's just C. Thomas Howell and and Charles Nelson Riley. It's close enough.
Sure.
And they do a song, but
What about Jeb Bush though?
I probably will vote for him because I've always liked the bigger Bush.
Okay.
And those are and that's one of the jokes that I'm doing at the.
Oh wait, this is from the act.
This is from the act. I'm gonna be at the Improv outside, trying to talk to comedians.
Okay,
All
telling
week
them
long.
you're
In front of that beautiful mural.
Which
I commissioned
to
work
LA.
Wait, really? You painted
I
that?
absolutely did.
Oh, I love the likeness of Leno.
Thank you. Freehand. People kept handing me pencils. I said, no tracing.
And Geegland
painting
had
from the
just,
gut.
and he got the thickest brush he could, so that he would have a lot of trouble with detail. For those of you who haven't been to LA, come to Los
Go there.
Angeles.
You gotta go there.
Gotta go to
I
the
thought I
Improv. Go to the Improv in Melrose because there's a portrait.
A beautiful mural that makes comics feel good when they show up.
Hey, we're not
cannot
those
tell.
monsters.
feel good about it.
Anyone portrayed feels horrible how they've been portrayed, and everyone who's not on the wall is furious. And it's great. All the greats are there, plus a dolphin holding a microphone wearing sunglasses.
The symbol of laughs.
Sounds like a dream. You guys are big comedy fans.
We are big comedy
we
fans.
love comedy. We lost so many comedians this year.
Can't believe it.
Terry Bradshaw died in 2014.
Oh, the funniest.
He was in that movie,
Yep.
Leaving Home with Your Parents.
Ugh.
So good.
I thought he wasn't the dog in Marley and Me.
he might have been.
He might have been.
He might have been.
We'll never know now.
That's the point. He died before he could tell us.
We lost Kevin Nealon.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
A dear friend of this show.
And, to see all those ads on TV now,
Oh, the Hans and
no.
Franz ads.
Seeing-
It's too hard.
it's too
hard. But you know what? He's making us laugh from the grave.
every day.
He's making God laugh too.
Wanda Sykes dead.
Dead. Dead. God must be laughing so hard right now. All these great
You gotta
comedians.
make God laugh.
He's laughing so hard. I killed all these fucking idiots.
Oh, I'm the world's worst mass murderer.
He's probably constantly cackling.
Yeah,
'cause he controls all of things.
Did you guys read that Robin Williams, Billy Crystal thing that he wrote about a little play he wrote about how Robin Williams is putting on his performance up there in heaven?
No.
Oh, you gotta check it out.
Oh,
It's
we
right up
haven't
your
read
alley.
a
I'd
word
love
of
to.
Billy's in years.
I'd love to.
It's something you guys would really be.
It sounds really cool, and I really want to read it. You know, there's a certain type of person that's never not cool. And God.
You know who the coolest comedian still is?
Who?
It's Bill Crystal.
Bill.
I mean, this guy turns it on, lights up a screen.
Tight little smiles.
I like when he tells a joke and then he smiles at the audience like, yeah, I know that was funny. Oh, this is my favorite.
Why couldn't it have been 1,400 Sundays? Have we said that already?
We did a matinee once. We did actually get 1,400 once because we did a matinee of it. Mm-hmm. Came back in, fake badge. We have investigations.
Back to Luong.
And we went in and
3.5 shows.
Yeah, we did 1,400.
And every show, and I got to say this, Scott, every show was exactly the same.
Yeah, was it? And that's the mark of a professional when they know what works and what doesn't work.
And he got annoyed. Is interesting. With my candy wrappers, the same look each time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a could you please? But I love all my little suckers.
What do you like?
I have hundreds of little suckers in very
lollipops?
dense, very dense cellophane.
Well, because
I get these seized candies.
The small ones. The key is if you get a small one, they last shorter. So you need to eat
more of them.
Yeah. I get all these seized lollipops.
Do you think candy companies could come out with wrappers that don't make noise when you open them? Like not Velcro because that would make noise.
Yeah, no, wait a second.
Like Ziploc.
It's the wrapper that doesn't make noise.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's the show.
That's the show.
I don't know what show you guys.
It's the rapper that doesn't make noise. It's a mute hip hop artist.
Okay.
Like the old man in Arrested Development, Tennessee, that old man that stood in the background. He never spoke because
he's doing the candies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. We've hit on it.
You know what show?
I mean, do we want to? Do we want to talk about this, or do we want to talk about this? Because this is
we could talk about it certainly.
We're all talking about wrapping candy in toilet paper, right?
I think so.
Because if we are, I think
you're in.
Well, I want to talk bathroom and not humor. I want to talk about for the folks out there. People don't know Gil Faizon starting in another career a little bit.
What?
I got a lot of homemade remedies.
Okay. Like for ailments?
Well, for everything. I've been pastramiing my toothpaste.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
Smoked toothpaste.
So you spice it and smoke it.
You spice it, you smoke
cured.
it. And yeah, exactly. You cure the toothpaste, and then it's got nice little things that get stuck in your teeth.
Okay, that seems to be doing the opposite of what toothpaste is meant to do, which is clean your teeth.
Exactly.
Oh.
It's Malcolm Glegg. What was his name again?
Malcolm in the middle.
Malcolm in the Middle. When then was the other one, who was the political activist, who's also
I think you're thinking of
Malcolm 10.
Malcolm
X?
Malcolm 10 was a movie.
Malcolm 10. So the sequel to Malcolm 9?
Yes, which I never saw.
Malcolm
I saw Malcolm 10. I said, what the hell happened to this guy in 1 through 9 that he's got this much of a chip on his shoulder?
I mean, that's what happened in the first 6 of those movies that Cosby did. Maybe that's why they couldn't show him.
That's where the evidence is.
Okay.
Leonard's 1 through 5.
Leonard's 1 through 5.
1 through 4.
It's
6. That's right.
That's where
part 6.
That's
okay, man. Look, you didn't know.
That's like Naked Gun 2.5 or 33 1/3. That's like playing with the conventions of sequels.
I don't get those movies.
We turned our backs to you.
You don't get the Naked Gun
I didn't
movies?
like any of the Naked
Can
Gun
I turn
movies,
around again? Is he still talking about Naked Gun?
I didn't like any of those Naked Gun movies, but I love Zucker's New Politics.
I love that. Whatever, I have a vague memory of a Michael Moore type parody, and I really love that. I really think that's good work.
But I also wanted to say,
Yes.
for those of you who can't afford urine deodorant, one good thing to do is what I'm using is a homemade deodorant.
Deodorant, yes.
which is just sauerkraut.
Just loose sauerkraut?
You do that, you take a good handsful, and you just rub it right underneath the armpit.
Yeah.
And nobody will smell that board deodorant.
No, they'll be smelling a lot of sauerkraut.
That's right.
That's right. All right.
And if you don't have a shower, if you don't have that kind of an apartment with
do you guys not have that?
running water, however you live, you cut a lemon in half and you rub the lemon all over your body in the morning.
Yeah.
And that it cleans you. It deodorizes you. It does so many things.
What do you do at night?
Huh?
What do you do at night? You say you rub it all over in the morning. What do you do?
Tylenol PMs till bedtime.
And you wring yourself out into a seltzer, and then you get a sody.
God.
What also I'll do at night is I'll stick my
penis?
my schwanzy.
Okay.
I put my little schwanz in a jar of vinegar, and I pickle my dickle.
Okay. And how long? About 8 hours? Or?
About 8 hours, and you put peppercorns in there if you want a little more spice.
Okay. And then what is anyone enjoying this?
And then when a lady says, "How long can you last?" and I go, my dickle's pickled. I can last forever.
Okay.
It's gonna be sour.
And I'm in the room. Remember, this whole time I'm in the room.
In the Murphy bed.
Yeah, I'm next to them.
And this
they're talking this filth.
And this is an older paid Jamaican woman.
Okay.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
And she
Are you
says,
really paying
No, mister. Oh, God. I mean, hello, that's me. Hello, I'm over here trying to sleep.
and then the other thing for breakfast is I do.
I think you already pushed it. I think we know what's coming.
What is it? What is it?
I do an egg cream cheese. It's like a fizzy cream cheese.
Okay. All right, guys. You know what? We're just about out of time. Unless you have more.
Go to Too Much Tuna online.
We'll plug here in a
No,
second.
I have several plugs.
No, but we're
We'll
going to
be
play
in
the
San Luis Obispo.
Hold on.
San Luis Obispo for the
not-
signing for the tuna heads.
Of course, but it's time for our favorite feature on the show. It's time for something called plugs.
Plugging is good, no plugging is bad.
Plugging is bad, no plugging is good. Oh dear, it seems I've completely misunderstood what I should be doing in this segment called Plugs. Plug it up, baby, now.
Plug, you plug in, then you plug it up, baby, and now.
It seems that I finally understood.
The true meaning of plugsmas.
All right, that is Plugging is Good by Mike Penny Orchestra. Thank you, Mike Penny Orchestra.
That's, I think, a bit hubris to name an orchestra after you. Usually it's a city. Or something
the LA
like this.
Philharmonic.
But it's not, it's this
Yeah.
guy's, what is he?
Or
a
is it
city-
an electric
Brian
light?
Seltzer,
Ugh.
the inventor.
If you have a plugs theme, head on over to earwolf.com under the Comedy Bang Bang message boards, put it in the appropriate thread, and you can have your song played on this
Or
show.
send any song to facebook.com/Gil
Big slash.
and George's
Sure.
page.
Fache Book, of course.
And any music,
Any music you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
so you love the arts.
If you
But
love-
no songs, that George should go screw off. I don't like any. No one's done it.
All right, guys. Well, what do you have to plug here? I know I read something really interesting about you that's you guys are doing at the end of the month.
Yes, January 20th.
Uh-huh.
And this is not a joke. Okay?
I know. Why do you preface it that way? Is the rest of everything you've said a
Because
joke?
everybody's laughing at us, even when
People
we're
laugh
not
at Gil
doing
because his sweatshirt doesn't cover his stomach.
And because somehow my saliva smells.
Your saliva smells like what?
I'll do a Petri. I'll go to the
You're
doctor.
really tearing up here.
I get so
It's hard for
emotional.
him. He's Petrying his. Just let him tell it.
I'll put my tongue onto a Petri dish, and then people come in. It smells
And it's like Sim Valley.
People say it smells like dead moles.
Oh no!
So this is not a
Maybe
joke.
you should stop putting your tongues on petri dishes.
I'm brushing my teeth with my pastrami toothpaste.
Yeah, this-
Also, tell the school don't have an open house. Like,
If it's not, we can't go
yeah,
in.
if we
it's
can't
not
go
a
in the
true
lab.
open house, come
Truly,
on.
if you're not truly opening your home
and
to a
if
school,
and if you're not going to let us sling geech to the kids,
sure. We're not selling it to the promising ones.
So
we're getting rid of it. We're getting rid of
you're
it.
thinning the herd.
We're getting it in bag. We're selling a couple
These
tie
poor
sticks.
bastards are all on the spectrum. Get stoned, man. Get over yourself. Get out of your own head.
So this is not a joke, though, what you're about to say.
This is not a joke.
Okay.
Gil and George will be doing
A live in conversation.
In conversation with Gil and George.
at the 92nd Street Y in New York City.
On January 20th.
January
a week from
20,
Tuesday.
2015.
Moderated by Willie Geist of the Today Show,
Sure.
which is one of the top 3 morning shows.
There's 3 of them, yeah. And they're all very much the same show.
And this is what's going to happen. You guys are going to sit down.
It's who knows, because it's really like
It's off the seat of our cuff.
it's off the
The cuff of
it's
our
off the
pants.
movie Cuffs with
Christian Slater?
Kirsten Slater.
So we'll talk shit about
Kirsten.
him.
Good.
And no, but it's in conversation. We're gonna be showing some episodes, an episode of Kroll Show,
Oh.
and then
we were
we'll
just
be
talking,
we'll
to
be
Nick Kroll
doing
about
Q&A. Was that little fucker here? Did he say why he's putting that show to bed? That was the biggest thing we had going.
Well, he said that he didn't like any of the people on it.
What's going to bed?
Kroll Show. Kroll Show.
Too much tuna, Kroll Show?
Yeah.
Too much tuna.
The show that you guys
What are we doing with TNT?
Anything we want, baby. He owns the right.
He owns the rights to you guys. Oh, no.
Oh, I feel ass-boned like one of the members of the Eagles.
No.
Ugh.
Well, this is bad.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, George?
Well, you got the show coming up.
We got this 90-second show.
And we have the
show.
podcast,
Yeah.
And
What
we've got this
podcast?
podcast.
Talking Comedy with Gil and George.
Can we get that on Earwolf? Can we get Twerking Comedy
I guess
on
so.
Earwolf?
How often
Talking
do
to
you want to
different
do it?
stand-ups.
Every 2 days, we talk to a different stand-up about this story.
We're going to do 2 a week because we know we won't run dry of good guests.
And we won't do any research, and we'll just start asking people questions that they've already been asked.
Okay, good. This sounds good. I'm in. How much are the tickets for the show you're doing at the
Who
Y?
cares? A lot. They're a lot. They're a lot. Go online. They're a lot of money.
A lot of money.
They're a bit of money, yeah.
Okay.
But there's also
we're okay with it, but
there's
they're a lot of money.
Hello shirts available.
There are Hello shirts.
If you go to
Hello.
nickroll.com/shop, or you go to comedicentral.com, which is such a great functioning website.
And
the best website
oh,
is
so
comedycentral.com.
if you follow @Mulaney on Twitter, he's got photos in the t-shirts. But don't search his name otherwise.
Don't look. You know
No,
what?
you don't want. There's
You know what?
nothing.
There's nothing
'Cause
else out
nothing
there.
else out
Nothing
there
else
right
out
now.
there.
Nothing else out there right now.
Well, that's okay. Great. Can
You
I
can do the full name
What?
at John Mulaney.
No, it's at Mulaney, that
at-
kid.
Oh,
Yeah, that
I don't
kid's
want
at
to talk about it.
No, you don't wanna talk
Seinfeld
about that
ripoff trick.
that guy, what a jerk.
That show wasn't as good as Seinfeld right away.
It should have been as
Fuck
good as
that.
Seinfeld.
it's such
What a burn!
BS.
I burned him online. I have a PC, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
burned him.
You got him good.
You got him. Do you think he read it?
He definitely did. He read a lot of them. I know. I have on good authority.
But if you want to go to, do this Willie Geist thing, we're going to tear that sweetheart out.
And he's white. Don't worry. I know you're worried about that name, Willie
Yeah,
Geist.
the Willie
This
part.
isn't some sweet Willie Geist, some reverend. This is a white man. Don't worry, everybody.
So we can all calm down.
We can all calm down because it's one of those names that's a little too fun.
And, Chris show's on every week, and we got a bunch of Too Much Tunas on
Yep.
there. And we got, all the new stuff, all the things that people sort of like.
Yep.
So it's going
Send your tuna. Keep sending the tuna,
sending it.
everybody.
take pictures of tuna and send it via
Do
mail.
upskirts of co-eds overage. Please, God, overage. but-
Co-educationals.
Co-educationals, any upskirts people have, send them to Gil and George, care of New York City, baby.
Just Karen, New York,
But
and
I
it'll get
just
to
want
you.
to say, as far as Gil and George on Croshow this year, maybe we don't stay in New York the whole time.
Okay, that's
Because we got a
interesting.
little too stewed.
Okay, I'm looking forward to where your
Just see what
travels lead you.
happens, See what happens.
Gay Paris, perhaps?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe we run into some people.
Okay, all right, that's very
But
good.
you can be sure all of them are getting too much tuna. Speaking
of,
one more thing we wanted to plug.
okay, I'm just waiting to get to mine, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Then
No,
start
no,
your-
No. You should get this out.
No, start
before-
your plug before we give you too much tuna.
Oh, okay. Comedy Bang Bang TV show, Friday night, 11 p.m., IFC. This Friday, we have Maya Rudolph and Maria Bamford on the same show.
That's nice.
Couple funny ladies. Which is, there's the new thing is funny women.
That's, yeah, absolutely.
Only now are there funny women.
Yep. The progression, I think, of being a comedy fan is women are funny, and then, oh, that woman's funny, I want to date her, and then just women are funny.
And then you go back to...
And it's women are
it's
prey.
just cycle.
Yeah.
Women are prey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So,
Are
yes.
you done yet? Because we're going to give you too much tuna.
Okay, Maya Rudolph this Friday. And I also want to say the first half of season 3 Comedy Bang Bang is on Netflix now, streaming. And a lot of people have been catching up to it and are getting a lot of nice compliments about it. And that is a really good half of the season. And I want you all to watch that. And I want you all to watch these episodes we're doing right now. All right.
But you know what else is on?
And it's on Amazon.
Well, I mean, you can buy the episodes on Amazon.
You could get it all on
iTunes
YouTube.
and
also,
well, not YouTube. No,
you could just watch them though.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You go to IFC. You can watch it on IFC.
No, sometimes. I don't know.
Sure.
There's no rhyme or reason as to why you can watch some episodes or not.
You know what the nicest thing about Kroll Show when it's not on the air is how difficult it is to find online.
Yeah.
You gotta want to make, with all the options out there, you really gotta make people search.
Yeah.
In Kroll Show, to catch up on Kroll Show, seasons 1 and 2, you can watch it on the Comedy Central app.
That's a fun way to watch something.
It's a great way to watch it. It's also on Hulu.com.
Oh, that's a good site.
Hulu.com.
That's definitely a competitor to Netflix.
And it's on Amazon Prime. So if you want to get toilet paper...
and watch a TV show at the same time.
If you're a Prime member,
certainly.
And
Not
if you want to go
everyone is.
to ComedyCentral.com, you can watch it for about 30 seconds until the player breaks. That's good. And then Comedy Central will be re-airing the show once before it comes on the air.
Okay, well, get
big
people
push.
caught up.
The big push, baby.
And also, if you're on Netflix, you should go watch John Mulaney's special New in Town. It's a great
that's such
comedy
a great special. That's amazing.
And watch the Mulaney show on Fox.
Go
6
ahead.
p.m. Central. That's not a joke. And it's the funniest thing said all day.
Well, you know what? In the central time zone, people are just sitting down to dinner. That sounds like a good time. Watch it around the dinner table.
If you're Billy Bush, that's the time to go.
Mulaney.
All right, well, let's close up the old plug bag. What do you say? Here we go.
Let's look into that plug bag. What's in there?
Oh,
Open
no.
the bag. Look at that.
You fucking prick. Look at that tuna fish.
Oh, I got tuna. It's tuna fish in the plug bag.
Yeah, you better close up that bag and let that tuna stir it up in there.
Hope it fucks up all the things you got going, baby.
It's a good song.
Well, guys, thank you so much for wandering in here. I admit I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't get to do my solo show, but you guys were fun to pass the time with.
I got to admit that was the most disappointing Too Much Tuna we've ever done. You didn't seem perplexed or perturbed at all.
I knew it was coming. To be honest, I looked in the plug bag.
How
earlier.
did you know?
I looked in it earlier. I saw some tuna. I said, "These guys."
We're at that point, though. I think we're like
people know
Andy
it's coming.
Kaufman, or that awful friend of his that keeps it going. Where we got to top ourselves.
I went and saw that Bob Zamuda do.
He's probably.
I went and saw that show at the Comedy Store, and boy, oh boy, was it unironically racist.
Yeah.
When Gil dies, I will exploit him.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so. You guys are our best friends.
We're such dear friends.
Thanks for cracking your knuckles right into the mic.
No calcium. He's no calcium this year.
Really?
I'm on a no calcium diet, sweetie.
Really?
His teeth are going to wear away to little mashed potatoes.
Well, I thought that if they say you drink a glass of milk for a day, and I just was eating Milk Duds. And
that was it? Oh,
yeah,
no.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming. It's so great to see you. It's been so long since
I just had
you
one
guys have
more
been on the
thing
show.
I wanted to say.
Okay.
I've got a new restaurant. It's an Italian restaurant for people with brittle bones called osteoporosis.
Okay. Great. Where's this located?
In the back,
who cares?
In an alley.
All right. Well, guys, thanks. It's been a fun show. We'll see you next week. And
we'll see you next week.
We'll be back.
We're here all the time, tuna heads. Keep rocking.
All right. We'll see you.